$314 a day. I really want you to sit with that number for a second before I tell you what it's for. But $314 a day. That $314 a day works out to be $114,587 every single year. That $314 a day is how much it costs taxpayers in Ontario per prisoner. That money includes housing them, feeding them. They get 3 square meals a day. They get programming, activities, the whole 9 yards. $314 a day. And that's per person. Do you want to know how much per person we spend on a ODSP recipient? And this is me rounding up. $45 a day. And I want to be super clear before I go deeper into this topic. I am in no way disparaging people who are in prison. I understand that it's a very complex issue. I understand that there are innocent people in prison. That's not what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm just talking about taxpayer money. I also want to be super clear that I am in no way advocating for prisoners to get less or for us to spend less money on prisoners. I believe that every human being deserves their basic rights, whether they are in prison or not. They should have their basic needs met. And that's kind of the point of what I'm talking about right now. Every single time I talk about the treatment of people on ODSP, how it's inadequate, how we need to at least double ODSP, how people on ODSP should not be living in legislative poverty, I get comments like this about how we can't afford it, how we don't have the taxpayer money, how much are you going to suck out of the people who are working, yada, yada, yada. I also get a lot of comments about how disabled people don't contribute to society, all the things along those lines. And that's why I specifically chose to highlight the number that we spend on prisoners. Disabled people pay taxes. Prisoners don't. Disabled people contribute to society. Prisoners don't. And yet, we are somehow okay with spending way more money on a prisoner than we are on a disabled person. If prison is supposed to be a punishment of some sort on some level, on a very basic level, again, it's very complicated, and we are spending $314 a day for a punishment, then what does that say about the disabled people that we are spending only $45 a day on? What did disabled people do that was so wrong that they warrant a punishment that is worse than prison? And it's clearly not a money issue because you have politicians like Pierre Poilievre and Doug Ford who are currently dissatisfied with our current bail system, prison system, and don't like the fact that so many people get on bail. They want more people to stay in jail, costing taxpayers $314 a day. So we have the money, we're willing to spend it on prisoners, but we're not willing to spend it on disabled people. So again, just to put it into perspective, we currently spend over $114,000 per year per prisoner. And for ODSP recipients, we spend a little over $15,000 a year. So even if we were to double ODSP right now, you would be spending $30,000 a year on an ODSP recipient, which is still not even half of what you're spending on a prisoner. Prisoners get 3 meals a day. Prisoners have a roof over their head. Prisoners get their drugs covered entirely by taxpayers. They get a basic standard of living. So I need somebody to give me a valid reason why disabled people should not get the same. What did a disabled person do that was so bad that warrants such treatment? Explain it, please. And just to be clear, so that nothing I said gets twisted, when I say contribute to society, I'm using it in the same sense that the people in the comments are using it, which is like working a regular 9-to-5 job. So yes, I know that like in prisons, they have some programs that do in fact contribute to society, but the excuse is that disabled people don't tend to work 9-to-5 jobs. What they do, it's just a common misconception. But that's the whole thinking there. Prisoners don't do that.